Aloha, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 ways that I feel technology is killing the Disney parks experience. Now, as a former cast member, I must say, technology has come a very long way in the last 23 years since I've been a cast member. I remember the days back when you used to have to walk to those tip boards to find out the wait times for the attractions. You used to have to walk up and get a paper fast pass to get to the front of the line, and just those were the great times, and I really miss those times. And technology has helped us. Now we can open up our phone and we can see what the wait times are without having to go to a tip board. We can do mobile ordering. We can check into our rooms automatically without having to go and actually speak to someone. But I do feel that a lot of the technological improvements have hurt the Disney parks experience. So here are the 5 reasons I think technology has hurt our experience at the parks. Number 5, the cast member guest interaction. Back when I was a cast member several years ago, back in 2001, the one thing that was always hammered on us was that we were there for the guests, to make sure the guests had magical interactions with cast members, and we were going to have them just have an absolutely magical, wonderful vacation no matter what. Whatever we could do, that was our goal. Unfortunately, now with the addition of all the automation, you're getting less face time with cast members. There are less cast members in the parks, and there's more automation. So now you don't actually interact with a cast member at check-in. They want you to use your device to check into your room, and you can go right to your room with your luggage. Remember back in the day when you could go up and you would talk to a cast member, go over some of your room requirements, some of the things you would like to see in your room preferences. Sure, you could put those in an app and cross your fingers and hope that you get what you want and then go up if you have an issue. But it was really nice when you got to sit down and kind of have a conversation with the guest check-in people. And sometimes you even got a free upgrade occasionally. And those days are gone, unfortunately. I was also upset on my last trip where we couldn't even go into a restaurant and sit down and look at the menu and place our order because they wanted us to use the web app, the Disney Experience app, actually it was Disneyland app to be fair, to place our order ahead of time, which again, it can be good, but for our family, we have customizations on our orders. I remember for the pizza, like we liked a pizza with a little less sauce on it. And so typically we put that on there so we don't get heartburn and stuff like that. But in the app, you couldn't do that. So I just wanted to go in and be able to order a pizza with light sauce. And yeah, they really were hounding on us at the door. Hey, you really should have an order. Have you placed your order yet? Here, you could, so easy. Let's open up the app. I don't want to use an app. I want to go in and have interaction with a cast member. It kind of makes me feel like warm and fuzzy that I'm going to get what I want in my order. You're also getting less and less interactions with cast members at the rides and attractions. You constantly have your head in a device, and you're just walking right past some of the cast members that are there, and it's a little just frustrating to me because as a former cast member, I loved interacting with guests. I love it when the guests interact with me, and I just feel like the technology is really pulling us away from that. Number 4, ride breakdowns. With the growing advances in ride technology, we are starting to see more and more ride breakdowns. When I was in Disneyland just a few months ago, every single morning, Rise of the Resistance was not open. It did not open until noon. Every single day, it was having technical issues at startup, and we were not able to get on. Now, for all those people that were planning on rope dropping Rise of the Resistance, or even had lightning lanes, or like those reservations for Rise of the Resistance, their whole day was just thrown into turmoil because Rise of the Resistance was down. We found that other attractions like Web Slingers over in California Adventure, that was constantly going down. Radiator Springs Racers, that was always going down. All the attractions with like lots of these technological improvements that are triggered with several triggers and switches, they go down all the time. And I would rather have the old school dark rides that are reliable. I mean, you have your attractions like Peter Pan's Flight, which is an absolute classic. You're always going to have those waits at Peter Pan's Flight. And that is not reliant on tons and tons of technology. There's ways they've improved it over the years, sure. But I just feel like this technology needs to be improved more to make the rides more reliable. Because what happens when these e-ticket attractions go down, unfortunately, all those crowds need somewhere to go, and then they are going to the attractions that are like the smaller attractions, and then those queue times are getting blown up, and you just have a worse experience because of the newer attractions going down. And those are the big attractions people are going to the park for. They're going for Tron. They're going for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Breakout. They're going for Cosmic Rewind. They are going for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And all these rides are the ones that are constantly going down. So I feel like technology is doing a lot. These rides are so immersive. They are wonderful rides. I love them when they're working, but they're down so much, it's frustrating. Like you almost have to cross your fingers and hope that these rides don't go down. And it really sucks when you're in line, you've been in line for an hour or two, and then you're just, you know it's coming, the line hasn't moved, and next thing you know, like, oh, we're sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties. We don't know when the ride's gonna be back up, but please, stay in line, make up your own mind, or you can go, we don't know when it's gonna be back up. And that really sucks and it ruins your day. Number 3, the Disney apps are constantly upselling you. When you have your face in that app, it is nonstop advertisements for upgrades, exclusive merchandise. Hey, look at that. The lines are long. Why don't you buy a lightning lane? Why don't you get Genie Plus so you can get to the front of the lines on all these different things? Why don't you pay for this special dinner? Why don't you pay for this fireworks view? Why don't you pay for this exclusive event? Constantly upselling. When you are in that app, not only is it promoting their sales, because now you could check out through the app, they're promoting all these special events and ticketed events. You're just constantly being sold something. And to me, that's extremely frustrating because you've paid so much for your vacation. It's time for them to give something back. It's time for them to, really give us something as consumers back. If I want to wait for an hour to get a premium viewing spot at a fireworks show and have the best spot because I waited, hey, put that on me. Like, I would love to have that opportunity, but I don't want to pay you $60 per person to go stand in an exclusive area to get the best fireworks view that's not going to be from behind a tree. So that sort of thing is frustrating, and the technology and the apps are constantly just upselling you on those things. And then when you don't do them, you feel like a loser. You feel like, geez, why can't I treat my family to this wonderful fireworks view? Why can't I treat myself to this exclusive experience? And the technology is what's pushing that. Now, in the past, lots of people may not have even known about some of the behind the scenes tours or some of the exclusive offerings that were at the parks. But now it's just in your face. And if you're like me, it puts you in a bad mood. All right, number 2. We rely on technology to have a good park day. Now, with the innovation of these apps and things, unfortunately, that means there are lots of people constantly pulling from cell phone towers and Wi-Fi signals. You know what that means? It means it's draining your battery. Your battery is constantly getting drained. You better have one of those battery backup packs that's going to charge your device, because realistically, with as much as you're using your phone in the parks to have a good experience, your battery's going to be shot in a couple hours. It's just what happens when you're constantly running those Disney apps. So that is frustrating. If you don't have a battery backup, well, Disney will sell you one. Sure, you can go buy one in a number of the stores so you can charge your device. They love that. They don't care if your device is failing. Also, with the reliance on these apps, unfortunately, a lot of the older generations of folks don't understand how to use these apps, how to link tickets, how to link family members, how to reserve these Genie Plus experiences, how to do a number of things in the application. They just get confused. They get very confused. And unfortunately, what happens is you get to the gates and you're there and you have your phone and you have to be able to get into the park. And how many times have we seen it where you're behind a family who might have like an older person and they just don't know what's going on. They're confused. Or the person's device fails. Maybe their battery is dead. Maybe they don't have an internet connection. Maybe they didn't put their tickets in their Apple Wallet. And you're standing there in line just waiting to get into the park, and you start getting frustrated at someone else because they're having a bad day. It just puts you in a bad mood. Technology, if it does not work, puts you in a bad mood. How many times have we been trying to place a food order and there's like no times, and it makes you frustrated? Like, what the heck? I can't even get a food order. Or your Genie Plus, you get mad because you're not getting the Genie Plus return times that you want to see. You're not getting the value out of the money that you put into Genie Plus. Or you buy the Lightning Lane and you go and get the Lightning Lane, you realize, holy smokes, I'm still waiting 20 minutes for my Lightning Lane. All this technology is putting us in a bad mood when it doesn't go the way we want it to go. And it just sucks because you pay so much money to have a premium park experience and it's being degraded by the technology that's right there in the palm of your hand. So I don't know what you do about that. I just wish there was less reliance on the technology. I wish we almost did have a paper version of the ticket, or like we used to have the cards. That was great. You put your card in, put your little finger up there. Was there problems with that? Sure, there were. But I feel like you were getting through the queue a lot quicker up at the front gate. And again, I do think like the addition of the wait times on the app, that's great. To go online, you don't have to go to a tip board. You can see it like, bam, all right, that's the wait times. Cool, good innovation. Some of the mobile ordering, cool. If there's no customizations or anything, great. But there's so much reliance on the technology, and it just really sucks when it's not working and it brings down your overall park day. My number one reason why I think technology is taking away from the park experience is it is taking you out of the magic. Everything around you, Walt wanted to be immersive. He wanted you to be in a magical wonderland filled with just whimsy and glee. And when you have your face in a device, what is that doing? You are seeing your work emails. You're seeing text from the outside world. You're seeing other people interacting with you while you're not at home. You're seeing an application that's constantly upselling you, like I said earlier. And it's just taking you out of your magical Disney vacation. Back 20 years ago, if you went to Disney, as soon as you passed through those wonderful gates that said, "Welcome to Walt Disney World," and you lit up, you left the outside world behind. And as cast members, that's what we wanted. We didn't want you to be reminded of the outside world. That was one thing Walt Disney didn't like about Disneyland. He didn't like the fact that you could see the outside world from inside of his park. That's why he wanted to buy so much land in Florida so that you were immersed in the magic. Unfortunately, now we have our faces in devices left and right, walking around with phones. We are taking video of rides and attractions. I don't know how many times I've had to experience an attraction through someone else's phone because they're live streaming on a ride. That's so frustrating. Or watching the fireworks because someone's holding up their device like that, recording, and I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to get to watch illuminations through this guy's phone. And it's a bummer. Like, it really sucks. And people are just not getting all the little details that the Imagineers wanted you to experience. There's so many things. You can go through queue lines. You pick a queue line, and I could probably name you 5 things that you could see, like Easter eggs and just little experiences and little details, minute details, hidden Mickeys all over the park. And the new generations of children and even adults aren't experiencing that because they have their face in a device. And recently, on my most recent trips, I've noticed that even on attractions, people aren't enjoying the attractions. They've got their face in their device trying to plan their next attraction. Enjoy Small World. Don't be sitting there booking Jungle Cruise while you're on Small World. I get it. You've scanned your Genie Plus, you're eligible for a new one, but enjoy the moment. Enjoy what you are doing before you start worrying about your next attraction or what you're going to have for lunch. Like, enjoy the moment, people. Enjoy the fact that you are in this magical wonderland. You're paying an exuberant amount of money to be surrounded by theming and just wonder and magic. Take it in for a moment. Let the technology go. I would love to just spend a park day where we could get back to the paper fast passes and walk around and just not worry about technology and just be able to go and get in line for a ride and not have 30% of people just hopping right in front of you with their Genie Plus passes and lightning lanes. But whatever, I digress. That's just wishful thinking. Maybe one day we'll get back to that. But anyway, technology is a great thing, but I also feel that it is a bad thing for Disney parks. I'm always going to be for technology, for upgrades, but I think it needs to be done in a manner that doesn't take us out of our Disney parks experience, because there's so much magic and wonder to be had, folks. And hopefully one day they'll start to scale back on the technology and focus more on the human interaction, the human element, and we can begin to focus on the magic and wonder all around us. So thank you so much. I hope that you agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine too. Let me know in the comments. I would love it if you guys let me know in the comments what you think. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, what do you think about technology in the parks? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Hit me up. Let me know. I love responding to the comments. I would love it if you like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to us. hit the little notification icon. That means the world to me. When I upload all these videos and stuff and I see people liking them, it just makes my day. It absolutely does. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to those wonderful comments and having a discussion with you. We'll do a live show here soon, and we can get into your thoughts on technology in the parks. Until next time, aloha, everybody. Peace out.